Eva. My group and I, we are doing a day of a revenue manager in a hotel. This is a part of Purdue School of Hospitality and Tourism Management interview and documentary. We are glad to have Miss Alice today. We are glad to have Miss Alice today to include into our interview, and she is the director of sales in Best Western Lafayette. And Miss Alice, can you introduce yourself to our students?
Hi, I'm Alyssa Moreland, Director of Sales for Best Western Executive Plaza and Conference Center.
Okay, Miss Allison, today we want to know some typical questions in a hotel as a revenue manager. Can you first introduce the daily routine job you will to do every day?
Sure. Daily routine job, I want to come in and I want to see how many rooms we sold the night before. I want to see what our ADR is, which is our average daily rate, to see where we were pulling from, what companies we had, if we had transient business, if we had group business. So that's my main goal, just to see what we did the night before. And then during the day, I need to see what's in town, what companies are in town, and, always make my phone calls, talk to people, see if I can book rooms for them, book meeting space for them, and then just work on the sales aspect.
Okay, so let's assume one day you are so busy and that you cannot finish all the job you have to do every day. So which kind of task you think is most important things you have to do every day?
See what happened the night before, input those numbers. We have a great system we use that tracks us. It gives me historical data. It gives me year to date. It gives me year over year. So I need to input that data to see where I stand versus the month before, the year before, and so on.
So if you have the numbers, how can you measure your success? You just compare the number with the same time last year, or you have other ways to measure the number you have?
A lot of different ways. I like to look at the other hotels, see what they're doing, see what their rates were, their ADR, things like that, measure our success in comparison to them, as well as how we did last year at the same time. Let's say it's a weekend, so last year the same weekend, see what groups we had in, what rates we had in, what companies we had.
Okay. You mentioned you will compare to other hotel in this area, so does that mean all the hotel in this area you share the same system so you can access their data, or you call every day to find out their number?
The front desk calls every day to see how many they have. In the case that we're sold out, we also need to know where we can send people as well, who still has rooms. So we do a couple different things.
Okay. So after that, if you prepare a daily chart of a revenue or room number, if there any mistakes happen, what will you do?
We have lots of checks and balances. My general manager, she looks over everything. Every department is going to look at their specific part of that. The front desk is going to look at theirs. That way, everyone's in checks and balances. So if something is not right, we will know. We also have a revenue person who lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and we meet with her every Thursday via teleconference, and she then will look over everything.
So does that mean if some mistake happens, that's easy to track and you will find out almost every day because many people are enrolled in it?
Yes.
Okay. So as a revenue manager, you just mentioned you will prepare this by yourself, so you don't have any company outside to have the contract to? Okay.
Well, we do everything, all of our accounting, all of our payroll, things like that in-house. Now, the outside revenue person that we speak with, she is with Best Western, but she's not located here. And she does a lot of spreadsheets and just lets us know where we're looking as far as the internet, in-house, things like that.
Okay. Do you have a specific company or a category of company that a revenue manager will has a closer relationship to?
Not really. We do pretty much everything through Best Western.
Okay, so how about the internal department? Do you think which kind of department is most important to a revenue department if you need to do some task? Which one is the closest one?
Revenue to me mainly is going to be front desk hotel rooms because that's where the bulk of our revenue comes through. We also have food and beverage, things like that. So really every department is very important.
Okay. So as a revenue manager in this Best Western hotel, do you think what kind of job is originally not from the revenue department, but you have to do also?
We do everything.
Everything, so everyone just share some tasks together.
Yes, and you need everyone to be constantly looking. You know, if you walk down the hallway and you see a light bulb out, you need to put in a work order for that. If you hear people talking that something's not perfect in their room, you need to take that initiative and talk to that person. So really, I mean, you can't just stay in the scopes of your job description. You have to do everything.
Okay. So are you going to have a briefing meeting every day with other manager from other departments every day?
Every day at 9 and at 1.
Okay. So is that okay if you tell me what kind of information you will exchange at that meeting?
Sure. At 9 a.m. I meet with my sales staff. We go over if they have rates that they need to quote people, any questions they have for me. We talk all the time throughout the day, but 9 a.m. when we get here, we sit down and talk about what, you know, any questions. At 1 a.m. I meet with my food and beverage manager. We discuss events that are happening, and he's mainly looking at the food and the meeting setup.
Okay, thank you very much,
You're
Miss
very
Alisa, for your help today, and hope this interview can help you guys understand better how revenue manager works in a hotel and what their daily job is. Thank you again, Alisa. Bye.